welcome. This is the home of Color Systems. This is where we store all your goods for you until you order them. We try to have the latest and the greatest to stay up on technology, because the main thing that we want all of you, and thank you all for your business too, is we want you to be ahead of the people that don't do business with us, because that's where I feel that they're the competition for you and they're the competition for us. And I want you guys to be ahead of them. So when they find out about glue pulling, you guys will be all well seasoned and you'll be way ahead of them with the manufacturer's, what's the word? Certifications. I'm sorry, certifications. So anyway, this is Mark Davis.
Hello, Mark.
And Jeff, his sidekick. And then we have in front, if you don't mind coming in front, girls.
All right.
Where can you go?
And these are the glue pulling girls. And as you see, they're pulling really hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the glue is not breaking. So no matter what they do, they can't rip that glue apart. And that's how it's going to stick to the car when you go to pull that rear quarter or so on and so forth. So hand of applause for the glue pulling girls. So I'm going to hand this over to Mark. I'm not going to introduce our staff. You already know most of them. That's what everybody does normally. I don't like to be like everyone. So we're going to just lead into this. We want to keep your interest. Once Mark goes through his whole spiel, we're welcome for questions.
Absolutely. So again, Mark Davis, Shamrock Sales. We are local manufacturers representatives for a lot of the products you guys use in the shop. Could be Sem products, Evercoat products, DeVilbiss products, Cam Auto today. So we're just going to give you guys a brief presentation on the overview of the line. Then we'll get into doing some live demos. But first, we want to show you guys the new Easy Spinner wheel. So I know there's some other wheels out in the field. The orange ones, not saying any names. Difference with theirs versus ours. Number one, we're using a 10 millimeter thick hub. They're using a 3 millimeter thick hub. You have to buy their washers, their lug nuts, their adapters, their plates to make it work on a vehicle. You don't have to with this. This is truly a universal wheel. It comes in a multitude of different sizes. We have a 4 or 5 lug wheel that fits at probably 70-75% of the vehicles in the shop today. We have a 5-6 lug wheel that takes care of the other ones. We're introducing a 6-8 lug wheel in April. So we're pretty excited about it. So not only is this a roller, but this also is a spinner. So how many times you get a car in the shop, wheel locked up, e-brakes in the rear locked up from the accident, can't get it on the wrecker because you got a sheared wheel on the side of the road. You can mount this on the vehicle and get it on. If the hub is locked, all you're going to do is remove the 10 bolts from the center. This will actually spin on its own self. So you'll have a wheel that actually spins or rolls, whatever you want. So it's a pretty unique wheel that we have here. The construction is much more rugged. It's made out of nylon 66. It's a little bit lighter than the competitor's wheel as well. So we've got them available. As you guys can see, we have plenty in stock here. So inventory is not an issue. We have a cart system available. The cart's really nice for the guys that have the little extra floor space out there. It'll actually hold 8 wheels. You can put 8 wheels on it. It's got some trays. You can put your nuts, bolts, lug nuts, any extra pieces or components from the car. It's a pretty sturdy, well-built rack. I'll say Steve did a great job putting this one together. It actually rolls. I was a little worried. But all good. Tonight, we have 1 cart left at the special low price of
Loaded, $13.99. First guy that raises their hand, that's the only card I have left right now, and I have some coming in. I got a ton of them coming in.
Absolutely. So any questions on this tonight, feel free. Drag myself, Jeff, Steve, any of the staff here from Color Systems, all pretty well versed in this. I would like to say thank you to the guys at Color Systems for obviously getting you guys here, and thank you guys for coming. For those of you guys who don't know, special guest tonight, Mike Hardy from PPG. So if anybody's got any PPG questions, he's the guy. Oh, I didn't say complaints, I said questions. So what we're going to do is get started here tonight. So first thing we're going to introduce is show you guys our new black puller here. So this is a portable pull tower. We can put about 1,500 PSI pull out of this. So the difference with this and some of the other suction plate pullers that are out in the field, number one is nobody has the extension pipe. So we can actually get up onto a pillar area. You don't pull it all the way out. So if I've got something high up on the vehicle, I can actually do a complete pull there. The way this works is real simple. I'm going to drop this down to the ground. It's been a long day, Rick. So the reason that this is suspended, there's some other pullers out there. They're on two wheels. You roll them around. You stick them in the corner, and it sits on the rubber gasket all the time, so it's ruining the rubber gasket. This does not do that. So make sure it's down all the way. If you got a dirty floor, sweep the floor. It won't stick to an area with a crack in it. If you got a floor pot area, just move it around where the floor is fairly smooth. Plug the air in. There's a gauge on the front. If that gauge isn't moving, give it a little pressure. It's sucking down to the floor.
Does it work on dirt floors?
No. It does not work on asphalt either. You're not doing body work out in the driveway. So versatility of this. So maybe we need to do a different type of pull. You want to have two connections. Maybe we got to do an angle pull somewhere. You can get on this from an angle, so if you got something going down the side, something a little bit bigger. It's very important when you pull on this, it's pulling from the air inlet side. You're not pulling from this side, the exhaust. That's the way you want to pull with this so you don't break the unit. It will do about 1500 PSI. It'll stick to the floor for about 9 minutes by itself. The other ones, you have to leave them connected constantly. This one, I kind of get everything ready, get it down to the floor, do my pull, and I'm done. Ratchet straps, that's all you need with this. I got some pictures on my phone. We did one last week on a door. It worked awesome. Really nice unit. When you're done with it, just release the pressure. Roll these back up. Go put it in the corner. What's that? Oh, I think that's something.
I did say, or move it to the next job.
There you go. But you guys can see and then just roll it along and see you later. But it's nice because you're storing it with the pad up off the floor. It's not getting trashed. So, really nice little unit for us. $1,600. We do also offer a battery version for an extra $300. So if you want to put a DeWalt 20 volt, a Milwaukee, or a Ryobi battery connector into it, for an extra $300, you can have a battery pack one as well. We haven't done any with the batteries. We have done a lot with these. So this has been a great little item for the shop. Any questions? You want to play with it later on? No problem. So now we're going to move on to Cam Auto. There's a few different companies out in the field today. One of the other companies is really geared for PDR. We are not geared for PDR. This is collision repair. What we're trying to do is fix the damage, do the least amount of damage to the panel, keep the paint on the panel if possible for corrosion protection, not burn the back side of the panel, so we don't have to worry about getting back inside there and dealing with corrosion protection afterwards. And then being able to sand the surface. Premium Evercoat body fillers all stick to painted surfaces, so we have a great product to put on top of it. Variety of products. I think we're just going to start by talking about some of the tools. So this is our bridge. There's a lot of different bridges out there today. It's extremely lightweight. No matter how much pressure we get on this bridge, you'll be able to take 3 fingers and still keep pulling with this. It's all done with a bearing inside here, so it's extremely smooth. It's not bulky, heavy, really adjustable. We have extensions for the feet, so if we're doing something in a, say, odd area, maybe we need up on an A-pillar and down on a wheel. So you can get extension pieces for that so you can get that right angle wherever you need to pull from. A pull bar, so you can take basically the same thing, put the hook on it, and now we've got a hand pry bar as well. One of the unique things with our pads too, I want to point out, is they're not flat. If you look at these, they're kind of beveled a little bit. So what happens is when you're putting pressure on the tool itself, it's actually flattening the pad out so it's not creating more damage in another area of the vehicle. So you're not putting a footprint somewhere. So that's important. Talk about the process and preparation. So the biggest thing we have to worry about today is ceramic coating. That's the number one issue with glue tab pulling today is ceramic coatings, because nothing likes to stick to ceramic. So obviously we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's got ceramic on it or not. What I can tell you from the process is if you're putting some glue tabs on and you're pulling it and it's coming off real easy, it's probably got a ceramic coating on it. Grab a small 3-inch buffer, some heavy duty compound, polish that area really good with compound, wipe it with some wax and grease remover, come back with some 91% isopropyl alcohol. That should clear it up and have no issues whatsoever. Preparation is key though. Anybody can go down and get some 91% alcohol. Don't use anything stronger than this. It's not good for you if you're not wearing gloves. If you get 99% alcohol, it will start getting into your bloodstream pretty quick. So just caution on that. Clean the panel, get everything ready. And as you guys know, when you grind metal, it's hard to see the dent. We've lost it. I'm dealing with a shiny paint surface. I can really see what I'm doing on that paint surface. I think you're going to find by playing with this that you're going to get better removal of the defect that's in the panel. So I think we're just going to start going right on the panel, and then we'll talk about some of the tabs as we do it. One other important key factor, heat gun. You have to have a heat gun that will produce about 410 degrees. If anybody's had 410 degrees hot glue on their hand, it's not good. I'm that guy. It's hot. So you want to leave that heat gun on for a good 5 minutes or so minimum before you even start to use it. If you don't and the glue's not hot, you grab a handful of throttle, you're going to break the inside of your glue gun off because it's not heated up enough. So that's real important. So here we've just got a situation where we've got a dent in the crease. We're going to go with a flex tab. The flex tabs come in a variety of different shapes. You've got the long flex tabs, so if I'm getting this into a concave, a convex area, whatever it is, it's going to work. We've got individuals. These tabs will move and flex with the panels. We got some wider ones, so this is kind of like my go-to tab for a lot of damage like this. And one of the things you don't want to do is we're not going to put the tab directly on the panel, okay, on the crease. We're going to put it off to the side of the crease. $5. Just kidding. Sorry about that, guys. So you're going to heat the panel up for 2 reasons. One, we're going to make sure it's warm. The other way, it's hot. The biggest reason, though, we're going to heat the panel up is take the humidity off the surface. Glue has a hard time sticking to the humidity. Luckily, we're in the winter months right now. We don't have to worry about that too much. But come summertime when it's hot and humid outside, you really want to make sure you do that. You also want to heat the tab up. Make sure the tab is warm. Everything will stick much better. You're going to hold the tab at about a 45-degree angle, kind of away from your hand. You're going to start at the top, work your way down to the bottom. Use a liberal amount of glue. When you push the tab onto the panel, first time I hand this to a lot of people, they put it on the panel and automatically just push on this. What happens is, you're pushing that out, you're getting yourself down there. You want to actually just push on the tab, and you're just kind of lightly pushing it down. You don't need to squeeze all the glue out. You want to have that glue in between. One of the other things I've found for myself to make it easier, if you're working on especially a black or something like that on a door where you've got little waves or something you're trying to pull out, you get the tab on there and you're like, all right, that's where it's got to be. You turn around and go do something like, where's the tab got to go again? Just get a Sharpie when you hold your tab up for the first time and get it where you want it. You can just mark it. So that way you know where it's got to be. Large tabs, we're gonna let them set about 2 minutes. Small tabs, we're gonna let them set anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute. So we'll clean the area, clean the tab. I was just checking your reflexes. That's all good. And you see how he put that on? He didn't take and just go and press it right down. He just set it on there gently. The glue is, look at it like a suction cup. If you take everything out from underneath the tab, there's nothing there for it to really grab onto. So you need that cushion of glue between the tab and the panel. So a few different things we're going to do with this. We're actually going to use the pull rods. The pull rods come in a few different sizes. This one we're just going to use the long rod for. Down the road you can customize these tabs. I know Jeff's already taken one of the long tabs, cut it in half, so I got a 4 tab, I got a 2 tab, a 3 tab, a 5 tab. So you'll figure out different ways on how to do this. Tab temperature. So what we're looking for on this is to be about 80, 85 degrees. That's when we know it's time to pull it. Usually it's about 2 minutes. Right now we're at 93 degrees. Another 30 seconds or so, we'll probably be ready to pull on that. Variety of different pullers available. We've got the bridge, like I said. We've got the pull arm, and we also have a slide hammer that would go into a tab like that. So. Carbon fiber hammers. People look at these, they're a little crazy, but when you feel the balance of these hammers and how they work, it's really nice. They do come with multiple different heads on them. I really like this one if I'm going to get a crown. If I'm working on an area where I've got to get a crown out of a vehicle, I can really pound on that thing and not do a lot of damage to the panel. So, really, really nice hammer set. Like I said, you can use this by hand, but easy application. 9 millimeter goes right in the top of that thing. Flap, flap, flap. Pull it right up. About there.
No, I think you covered it all. You didn't really put a big dent in this thing.
What's that? So if you look at the tabs that we have available, there is a variety of shapes, sizes. This one's pretty unique. I haven't seen this from anybody else, but it's for the actual edge of a door skin. So we can actually get on the edge of a skin and actually pull out on the edge of a skin somewhere. So that's pretty nice. Sometimes you've got a gap and a quarter in the door, you're trying to fix something. This little tab comes in handy.
How about a filler?
What's that?
Fillers?
Yeah, it could, yeah. We've got some crease tabs available here. I'm going to show you on these. We'll actually put these down into a crease. I made a crease on the other side of that panel. So we'll pull a crease out. Some of the other tools, the kit does come with a variety of the different plastic pins, so when you are hammering around things, you're not doing a lot of damage. This kind of gets into some of what the PDR guys use, but it does work when you're trying to get around some of the crowns. Close. What's that? Yep. When using the hand puller, what you don't want to do is just grab it and pull. You'll do two things. You'll either snap the tab right off, or you'll over pull that small amount of damage that you put on there. What you're trying to do is work that out a little bit. So as you get going with it, a little more pressure.
Like you're good at working out that landmark, huh?
You want to feel the grip? Yeah.
Where you going?
Huh? I'll pull it off with a bullet.
That's what I do.
Alcohol is the release agent for the adhesive as well, as you can see.
Wow.
You already pulled that?
Yeah, I already pulled it. Yeah, I was already done. I was done a while ago.
But we got most of that out already. Go back in with a little smaller tab, work your way back into the middle of that, and pull that out some more. You almost want to kind of reverse do your pull where how the damage is done. You don't want to start right from the center sometimes because you'll end up over pulling and creating a big crown around the outside area. You do want to try to clean your tabs off when you're done. Don't put them away and leave the glue all over them because the next guy that uses them is going to be real happy with you.
You just order more though.
So we got the line, not too bad. We did a little over pull here. Unfortunately, we got a little tin can action happening here, but here we go.
What'd you do?
You didn't pull the dent. I can't get back in there. It's all right. We're gonna let you guys play with this stuff too. But I do want to show you the crease tab as well. So over here, we put a nice little crease in the panel.
Let your Vanna do the work.
So we've got these eye bars. So these are actually really handy. I just did an F-150 rocker panel. You really have no back access to that to pull that out. So we took 3 of these eye bars, put the flex tab on them. We glued those to the rocker. So we were able to do a pull on the rocker. What's nice about this is you're gluing the top side and the front side. So if you were just to glue it on the top and pull, you're rolling that other piece under. This is actually pulling both pieces at one time. The thing was on the frame machine, so we put 3 on the center of the rocker, and they just did a nice little pull to get that out. Other little thing you can do with the eye bars with the tabs on them, if I had a big door that was caved in or whatever it's going to be, I can actually glue these to the panel. I can put a porta power between the 2 of these, and I can stretch that panel back out. So it's pretty unique. There's a couple guys that have that handheld little porta power tool that I've seen out there. It's pretty nice. Yes, it's really nice. We actually used one of those and just like a little drill, and it just spread the thing right back out. So a lot of flexibility with these. Curve tabs. So if you're doing around wheel wells, things like that. Can I steal this fender behind you? So say you're pulling something on a wheel well. Now we've got something that we can glue right back over that wheel lip area. It's pretty nice. The nice thing about the curve tab is if you look at the pulling area is straight. So I can get my rod back all the way through this. So now when I'm pulling on that quarter panel area, I'm pulling the entire section. So it's pretty nice. So then you'd set that on like that, get your bridge on, you'd actually do a really nice pull. We've got the other flex tabs. Say you're going to get something into a rounded type area. These tabs would go in, but what's nice about them is when they pull, they actually pull until they turn flat. So you're not over pulling something. It gets all the edges. It fits down into those areas. Like I said, we make a variety of different tabs. It's you guys playing with it to figure out what you go to for that particular job. It does take a little bit of practice. Changeable heads, something that the competitors can't do. If I want to turn this from a tab to a hook, I pull off the tab, put on the hook. The tabs are guaranteed for 1 year, so you have a full 1 year warranty on the tab, which is nice.
Does that warranty cover loss too?
Negative. You're high pressed to break these things. I mean, they're pretty solid tabs. We've done some pretty heavy duty pulling with them. I'm sorry? No issues whatsoever. None. Don't soak them in alcohol. I wouldn't leave them in a tray of alcohol soaking all the time. I just ran into that at a shop. So I would say don't do that. One of the other unique things we just came out with is these wheel lip pliers. This is something pretty nice for us. So you got some damage on the wheel lip area. These pliers are designed to go back in. And straighten that wheel lip back out. So, $99 on the Snap-on truck, tonight $45 from Color Systems. Really nice for fixing wheel wells and things like that. So, that is not part of the kit.
I know there's a couple of guys around here, more than one, that work on motorcycles too. This is a gas tank green when you have dents on a motorcycle. I restore motorcycles in the wintertime. And you can take dents out of a motorcycle tank, like unbelievable, these things. And as you all know me for a long time, I'm not a technician, but I am on the weekends because I fiddle with motorcycles and I paint and whatever, and I learn from all of you. And that's how I learned how to. I just watch. Just so you know, thank you for performing the operations you do every day. Because that's how I learned how to work on motorcycles and stuff with pulling dents out and things. And these things are great.
I always do. I can never get it off. As you can see, we've taken some of that out of there, but unfortunately, we're working with a tin can. So, but you can definitely over pull something. Again, you get back on them. A lot of times, if it's not tin canning on you, you can get the thing right back down, no issue. But that's the crease tab. So a variety of different sizes with these. I like to glue them on in succession. Just have little tabs and kind of work it as you go. And again, we're trying to get this to where we can either put some putty on it, light filler, and kind of be done. We don't want to
PDR.
exactly. So I just want to keep reiterating that. Do some guys do PDR with this? Some guys get pretty good. I've got a shop in Boston that's got a guy that's been doing glue tab pulling for quite some time, and he's fixed some pretty rough stuff with this, and it comes out pretty darn nice. The other thing, advantage for you guys, how about your adjacent panels that you're doing a blend on? Might have some damage on that adjacent panel. Could you charge the customer to make that look a little bit better? You probably could. Hey, say, pay me 30 minutes. Let me see what I can do with this for you. I'll take some of the sin off. Do your adjacent blend panel instead of having a big dent in the middle of the fender that you're blending into. You can definitely do that too. So, any questions?
What's the training?
What's the training?
Right there, you just learned.
You guys just see this? So here's the deal with that. So competitors will charge upwards of $2,000 to have somebody come in their shop.
2,600.
Okay, I said upwards of 2,000
2,600.
to get into the shop and train you guys. Anybody comes on board with our kit, myself, Jeff, Chris, we're all three pretty versed in this. We'll come spend time in the shop for you guys. We're not going to charge you $2,600, $2,200 for you. No, just kidding. But we'll come in the shop and spend some time with you guys. So a variety of kits are available for you guys. Keep in mind, the smaller kits you buy, the more accessories you have to buy to go with those smaller kits. You've already exceeded the price of the cart. Going around. So I got the flyers up here. We do have an elite cart, so there is a cart system available. It holds everything in one place. The cart is probably a little narrower than this door. It's not huge. It doesn't take up a whole bunch of floor space, maybe the size of a trash can. Tops open up. Now you got a nice work area. When you pull it over to the vehicle, everything's right there for you. That's all you need to have with you. So cart systems run $3,800 for the entire loaded package. Our competitors sell a very similar system for about $5,200. So plus the 26 to come into the shop. So I think we got a pretty good advantage on that.
That's the most expensive car you can buy. What was that price again?
$3,800. There is freight involved. I don't want to mislead anybody. Everything has freight with this. Cart freight is about $150. Tower freight, if you're buying the tower, I think that's about $135 for the freight on that. So, other than that, it's pretty minuscule. The hammers do not come with the kit. That is additional. The hammer kit is $195 for both hammers and all the interchangeable heads that it comes with. The pliers that are running around here, those are $45. Those are not part of the kit. That's actually a brand new item for us. We just released it. It's not in the catalog yet. So if you guys want to play with this for a couple minutes, anybody wants to really glue something down, you want to over pull it, you want to see how far you can yank this thing, see how easy it is with all the tension on it, it's audience participation.
Mark, does that work if the paint's compromised? Say if you get a scrape on a door, you're trying to scrape.
Good question. It does not stick as well to scuffed up paint. So if you got a situation where you got some road rash down the side of the car and you're fixing it, it doesn't stick as well. Will it work? Yes. Do not do it on bare metal. Because if you had something you kind of ground it down, you said, I should use the glue tab on that. Well, keep doing what you were doing. But the advantage of this is we just did a A-pillar on a Honda. Nice little, probably 6-inch dent on the A-pillar. Took it out in 2 pulls. Took us about 20-25 minutes. The biggest part of it is we didn't have to take the airbag out. Didn't have to get it recalibrated. Didn't have to break the clips. We did a BMW quarter panel. Same thing. A lot of electronics inside that quarter panel. There's an hour's worth of R&I time. Just taking this stuff apart. Who knows what you're going to break. Whatever.
How does it work on the aluminum?
Absolutely fine on aluminum. Really good on aluminum.
Do you have to heat the panel up more?
You want to heat the panel up a little bit more. We have a anti-heat resistant gel. It's non-toxic, water-based. You can basically eat the stuff. What you do is after you get your glue tab set, you'll spray that around your glue tab. Now you want to heat that panel up around it. You have about a minute before any of that heat will penetrate up underneath it and get on your glue tab. So there is a process for that, yes. So. You asked about using this on plastic. This sticks to bumper covers really, really well. So if you do have to do a pull on a bumper, something that's dented in, you can do that. I'm sorry?
Yeah, great car.
You can get more time though.
Yes.
Actually, a little more.
Bend it down more?
Yeah, I want
I want to show you a trick.
I like it. If only you can get that between a door and a fender.
Oh, no glue at all. Look at that.
Rolled over edge of a hood.
Yeah.
Works really good on a rolled over edge of a hood.
Yeah.
You can use one of the bars underneath it, under the hood, grab the hook on the bar, and you can pull yourself something nice right off of that.
Yeah.
That's gonna go. So
Yeah.
there's not even any glue on it.
So now you can see real close. Yeah.
We can bring it back out.
Yeah.
Hey, good idea.
We're gonna do it sooner or later.
Set your feet kind of where you on an area.
Right on the glass so you break it.
Give a little. You don't want to home it. You want
kinda snug it.
throttle it. Yeah, just throttle it a little bit. And what's happening is don't go all the way. That's where you start coming in with your hammers, working it out all the way around that area. Because you got to get that crown down. So let it just slip it off. Just loosen it up.
It'll open up with it.
Yeah, slide it back a little bit more. Yeah, loosen it a little bit more. There you go. Problem is where, hold it. There you go.
Work it.
Yep. And you still, another nice thing.
happened?
These work
Oh, it was angling the whole thing.
because you can get close. You can get close around it to the end. These actually work really slick. These come in a variety of different tips. There's a flat one, a rounded one, a pointed one. So you get a